refuse to live with a man who can't pay the bills. And I don't mean all the bills, but the majority of the bills. I need you to add to my life, not take away from it. A man and a woman should be able to obtain, then maintain a certain lifestyle. If you struggling just fine by yourself, why add another person to the party? There are things I can't do in a relationship without having financial stability. How am I supposed to get wet when my water's off? I can't see you in my life if my lights are off. How are we supposed to Netflix and chill with no Wi-Fi? You gonna be eating a lot of coochie if I don't have any food to cook. You already expect a woman to go to school, to look nice, to smell nice, to clean her house, to take care of her kids. And then on top of that, she needs to work a full-time job to maintain the bills that she does have. So what are you adding to that? There is absolutely nothing sexy about struggling. This goes for men too. Don't get serious with the bitch that's only with you because you give her $40. If you can't pay your bills effectively, then a relationship should be the last thing on your mind.
I see, again, this is another woman conflating a man coming in and saying paying 50-50, right? 60-40, favor of a man, something like that, where a woman has to pay a good portion of the bills. And they conflate that with struggling. They conflate that with the man not doing anything.
If both parties is working, I'm talking about in a relationship, both parties working, but one side is paying all the bills, what is the other side doing with their money? And then, say y'all break up, say y'all together 10 years and this been going on, and y'all break up, does the other side owe you half the money they've been saving, saving? Because they ain't paid the bill. They ain't paid nothing. They say this money is for us to build on later. But y'all get a divorce or y'all break up in 10 years, 15 years. Who gets that money? Or that goes to the one that's been saving.
Exactly.
I got questions, man. I got questions.
Good questions. And this is what I say as well. It's like, this is called double dipping. This is how they double dip you. They get you to spend all yours, all your hard earned, and keep theirs. Hell, you got a lot of women out there saying, hey, make sure you keep your stash on the side that the man don't know about. Hey, I can dig it, you know what I'm saying? A little emergency fund for yourself. Make sure you know you good. You got your own, you can stand on your own too. But you putting it all on him to invest all his resources while you just skipping out and you can blow yours. Oh, that's all for you. And I
feel like a really important message to get out to men. Mm-hmm. Because I do believe that a lot of men have the perspective that you have, which is bring that 50. And I think men have to understand what that means and what you get when you expect a woman to bring 50%. Like, I can bring 50.
Yeah.
And I know women who can bring 60, 70. Okay. But as a man, mm-hmm. do you really want what 50 plus brings? Because 50 plus brings a lot of energy. It doesn't bring neck energy. It's bringing head energy. And so when we talk about women being the neck, men being the head, right? Like it's bringing more head energy. And so understand that, right? If you want a woman to bring the table and then some mm-hmm. to the table, you get what you pay for, literally.
That is true.
I mean, yeah, I can understand what she's saying. I think a lot of women conflate this as well. Like, yeah, you know, if you as a woman are able to make money and you're highly skilled at certain business deals and making certain decisions, then totally understand that. And then you're good at that. I think most men would concede on certain levels, especially if you're good at that. But that doesn't mean you got to be disrespectful to your man. You know, I think what a lot of women say is, oh, if I got to pull a lot of the weight financially, then I'm going to be disrespectful. You know, that doesn't give you a license to be negative and a license to have a bad attitude. I think a lot of women forget that you might start off making more money and over time make less money, right? You don't, very rarely do people just stay at the same level or ascend at the same rate throughout their whole career, especially if you're an entrepreneur. I think a lot of women act like this affects their respect level for their man. And I don't see how that makes sense. I mean, I totally understand that, yeah, if you're a guy and you want her to dominate financially or, you know, do 50-50 or 60, you know, then yeah, you're probably not going to have a housewife, someone who is going to do all the cleaning and do all the cooking and take care of all the kid work. I mean, like some of these girls are explaining that they do. Some guys are going to have to take on some other aspects of the team. So maybe you're going to have to pick up the kids after school sometimes. You're going to have to do some of the things to help out. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to cook a little bit as a man, which I never had a problem doing. I'll definitely get in there and cook. Pick up a little bit after the kids. Make sure they did their homework and stuff like that, right? Just play your position. So yeah, you might not be able to ask a woman to do all the housework and all of that, even though and expect them to have a whole career as well. So I totally understand that aspect. But it should not affect how much that woman respects you as a man.
This is one of those conversations I don't like to get into because I think America has gotten, this is the way my mom and daddy did it, or this is the way my household did it, so that's law. Mm-hmm. But what works for you don't work for everybody.
Right.
Everybody can't do the same exact thing.
Right.
I know some families where the husband pays all the bills, wife doesn't do anything. I know some households where the woman is the breadwinner, they put all their money together. I know people that keep their money separate. And all these examples that I'm using, these are like relationships that are working, where I've seen one with all the money's together and they're working. I've seen one where all the money is separate and it's working. I've seen it where, you pay this bill, I'm gonna pay that bill, and you pay this bill, I'm gonna pay that bill, and it's working. So I feel like people have to do what works for them. I don't feel like there's a wrong or right answer. And I think the debates get heated because people are like, this is the right way. This is where it's supposed to be. My daddy did it like this. My mama did it like this. And that's all it is. And I think I gave you an example a couple days ago when we was talking. I knew this girl, she made $250,000 a year. And she dated a dude that made $50,000 a year. Right?
Interesting.
But she was raised in a household where the man paid all the bills. And that's what she expected. So she wanted to keep her $250,000 and let her husband pay all their bills with the $50,000. That's insane.
She's a psycho.
But she was dead ass serious. And that's why these conversations to me get like, it's automatic tension. And I'm like, you don't make any sense. Your marriage is not going to last. You're going to fall apart.
And are they?
Nah, they split.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
How does that make sense though? Man, honestly, like, what do you do with your $250,000 a year that you make?
Spend it till it's gone.
And see, that's sad to me. That
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Exactly what I'm talking about.
So when you think about generational wealth, you think about savings and what have you. And so somebody is saying, oh my goodness, I can't wait to find a man just like him.
Why the average man should never pay all the bills and why you should make these modern women go have, let's get it. Reason number one is because we live in a society like most societies around the world that have evolved to the point to where women now have the right to work and make money, which is something that they fought for. And if you fight for the right to work and make money, then you by default fought for the right to pay bills. And reason number two is because the ideology of feminism and women themselves have told us for the past, I don't know how many decades, that women are equal to men. And equality equates to 50-50. Reason number three, the notion that a man should pay all the bills simply because he's a man is a traditional gender role. And although I personally believe in traditional gender roles for the most part, we don't live in a traditional society that has traditional women, right? We live in a new age society that has new age women. And whenever we try to hold new age women to traditional standards, you know what they tell us? We are not our grandmothers.
Listen, I'm going to chime in right now because he's right. It's not the old days. You hear women always want to talk about, oh, we're not in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s where men had all the control. We're independent. We can work now. Right. So now you can work so you contribute. We no longer need the men to pay all the bills because we have independent women out here, boss chicks, right? Exactly. You are not your grandmothers. You are not in that time when it was a traditional society where it was expected for the men to go out and make, get the jobs, make the money, pay the bills, while the women were expected to be housewives and take care of the house, the children, and all of that. So we're no longer in that society. You can't have it both ways. You got to understand what comes with that. You should not be out here claiming to be a boss chick, independent. I could do it all by myself. I don't need a man. You should not be expecting any man to pay all of the bills.
Well, in like manner, we are not our grandfathers. Because I'll be damned if you hold me to a traditional standard while you tell me I'm crazy for thinking you're going to do traditional shit that applies to your gender. Cool. Ain't neither one of us going to be doing traditional shit. We all going to be some new age motherfuckers around here. And that's just how you got to carry it as a man dating in the 21st century, because the selfishness and the entitlement of these new age women is crazy, and a nigga like me ain't going. You cannot let these women shame you for thinking about what's best for you. And they're going to do that. They have all kind of shaming tactics, which is one of their superpowers. That's a whole nother video. You have to be equally nonchalant, unfazed, unbothered as they are when men try to shame them for their lack of living up to their gender role, their traditional gender role. Paying all the bills is not going to make her love you no more, value you no more, desire you no more, respect you no more, or submit to you no more.
If you want 90% of the things you need, you want a man to pay.
Yes. At 90, yeah, I'll pay groceries.
That's almost everything.
It's 90%. It is almost everything.
So you want a man to do what? Pay your rent?
Yeah, and I'll pay utilities and groceries.
That's not 90% though, that's less.
Oh, how is that less? A rent could be $2,000. Groceries and a light bill, that's like $300.
See, we had this conversation.
Literally 90%.
Yeah, we had this conversation before on this show, and I said I'm never paying a woman's rent.
Okay, that's you. I personally wouldn't be with you, but you'll find a woman that will be with you.
Because I live good too.
No, I feel you.
Imagine me paying $3,000 rent, and then I'm paying $3,000 rent.
I feel you. I understand where you're coming from, but I require something different. If my man has his own apartment and he's paying up $2,000, I do expect him to pay my rent too, and that's just what I require.
So, and what happens when that transaction happens? Does it mean that he can dictate to you who comes over? And
why would he do that? He has his own place.
Because
he's paying my rent because he wants to, not because I'm holding a gun against his head.
No, I'm not saying a gun against his head.
And if he don't want to keep me around, he don't got to pay my rent. Bye.
So if you don't pay your rent, that's it. You're not together.
If you're not helping me with 90% of the things I need help with, why? Yeah, because I'm like, I can do it for myself. So then why are you here? Like, you get to f me and not do shit? No.
This is what I was saying about the last video, right? It's like they try to make it seem like you only are the ones that get something out of that. Like they don't get anything with your presence, right? Like, you know, any of the things that come with having a man around, they don't value it. See what I'm saying? Like, this is exactly what I'm saying. If you aren't spending money and at a disproportionate level and spoiling them and making their lives super soft, then why are men around? That's basically what they're saying. And this is why they tell you this, right? Like, you are lucky to have them.
That's weird. I don't want that. Like, I need a guy I am the benefit. I am a great woman. I know how to clean. I know how to cook. I can provide everything a man needs.
What if you don't need that?
Then he could be with a guy.
No. Why would you?
What do you mean he doesn't need a woman to be there
no, what I'm saying is, the cook and the clean.
So you're going to eat out every day?
Well, no, I cook for myself.
Wow.
At times, and I eat out. I have maids that come clean. And
that's perfect.
I have a laundromat that I take my clothes to, and I have a cleaners where I take at this point.
I personally wouldn't want you to get like nobody to cook for my man. Like, I don't want nobody, like that's personal to me. I love to cook. Like, I don't want you feeding my man. Okay, I don't want.
Well, I'm not talking about anybody else feeding me. I'm feeding myself.
I mean, if you want to cook for you, I'm not gonna stop you.
I'm fine
cook,
with,
man.
Listen, if you love to cook, then cook.
Yeah, I love
It's never gonna be a requirement.
I love to cook.
If you come over and you see some sort of a mess, and you're a clean woman, you clean because you clean, not because it's a duty, it's a job. It's what gets me to pay your rent because you're doing this this work. You know, if I want to pay your rent, I'm going to pay your rent, and you never have to do none of these things, and I will still pay your rent if I chose to pay the rent.
Yeah, but because you choose to pay my rent, this is what I choose to do for you. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not.
Of course, a guy coming to pay your rent is a big impact on your life, right? That's a big weight off your shoulders. That's a big deal. Having a roof over your head, that's a big deal. So if he comes in, he pays 90% of your rent. Like, what are you doing in his life that's going to have the same type of impact or a similar impact? And so what he's saying is that, okay, you know, if you could cook a few things, cool. That's not a requirement. And what he's really trying to find out is, are you willing to give me what I want other than just what's in the bedroom? And again, what women like to do is they like to pick and choose what they do for you and what you do for them. And usually what you do for them is a lot more of an impact for them than what they could do for you. Let's continue.
You fall in love with me because I look the way I'm the man you see yourself with. You say, I like the way this man looks. I like his build. I like his size. You know, he's romantic. He's romantic. You know, he listens when I speak. He listens. He's, you know, so he has some emotional. You know, he could balance himself. He could show me emotion when I need him to. So he has balance in that. He's not acting like a bitch. You know, and then I'm paying 90% for what? It's 50% is not good at this point?
No.
Why does it have to go to 90? If you're making good money and you could pay all your bills, our companionship, the time we spend together is not good enough, that I make you laugh, I make you smile. You know, I cook for you, you cook for me. You know, we go to nice dinners, we'll go on a vacation and all that. And I'm still paying 90% of your bills. Where does that come from? Why can't, if we're together and we're in love, first of all, for me, we're together and we love, I want to wake up to you every day. So we're living together. I don't want to have to go to your place if I'm already intimate with you. I've been with you for some time and we actually use this word that I'm in love with you, because it starts with, I think I'm falling in love with you. And then if you feel the same way, you're going to return, you're going to reciprocate. If not, you know, it's not a requirement. And if now you say, oh, I love you a lot, I want to wake up to you. I don't want to worry about going to your house and you coming to my house at one point. So at that point, I'm still going to be paying all the bills because this is what I was doing without you. You know, I don't require, there's no demands for me. Like there's no, you better be home at this time. When is the difference between transactional or this is my girl and she loves me and she's with me because she loves me for who I am, for the person I make her feel like, that I add value to her life, and it's not that I'm paying, because do I have to concern myself that the day that I just don't want to, I want to, now what if I want to challenge that love, which is whack, and now I want to say, let me see if she really loves me, and let me hold back, I'm not going to pay nothing for the next 3 months, and all of a sudden you walk away. So, yeah. So at that point, then there was no love then. It was transactional. Where was the love?
Which, no, to me, no. A man is there to provide for you. A man is there to help you, because a man, that's what, well, personally, that's what I grew up knowing and learning, that a man is supposed to provide for you. They're supposed to be there to make your life easier.
There's a glaring, almost laughable contradiction going on today. Many women, not all, but many, feel they deserve a man who's all in financially, providing 100%, while they on their end contribute what? A mere 5%? 10% at best? This is the paradox I'm dissecting today. You don't have to be a mathematician to realize that something doesn't add up here. We've got women out here waving the flag of independence, claiming they don't need a man, claiming they can do it all themselves, until two things happen. They get older and the stress of work and bills start setting in. Then suddenly it's all about finding a man who's ready to provide 100%. But there's a catch not many women are ready for. You see, compatibility with a man who's a 100% provider isn't a free ride. It comes with its own price, and that price is submission. You cannot expect a man to give his all financially and accept nothing but attitude in return. A relationship is a two-way street. So if you're asking for a traditional, you have got to give traditional. That means if you want a man to step up, you have to be willing to play your part too. It's not about being regressive, it's about understanding the balance. In psychology, there's something called the equity theory. It tells us that for a relationship to feel satisfying to both parties, there has to be a fair exchange of contributions and rewards. People have to feel like they're getting a fair deal. This doesn't necessarily mean an even 50-50 split in all things, but rather that each partner feels they're getting as much out of the relationship as they're putting in. If a man is expected to foot all the bills and a woman contributes minimally, this imbalance will lead to resentment and there will be a disconnect. Women fought tooth and nail for the right to work, to be independent, to stand on equal footing with men. You wanted modernization? You got it. You wanted equality? It's here. You wanted financial independence? You earned it. You demanded a seat at the table? Now you're seated right at the head. But all this fighting came with a trade-off that women were not prepared for. Now that you got all you fought for, you're looking over the fence wondering if the grass was greener. The current state of society makes it a high-stakes gamble for a man to be a 100% provider. The game has changed and the rules are not what they used to be. Back in the day, a man knew what he was signing up for. Women had had clear roles and the expectations were set in stone. But nowadays, it's like navigating a minefield blindfolded. Today, you've got women actually branding themselves as bad bitches and thriving on male attention. It's a whole new world. Everyone's chasing likes, followers, and validation from strangers on the internet. So when a man thinks about being the sole provider, he's not just investing financially. He's taking a very real leap of faith in the unpredictable dating market. Investing 100% in a woman today is like playing the stock market. Sure, it can definitely be rewarding, but the risks are sky high. You don't know if your investment is going to bring returns or if it'll plummet the moment the opportunity comes along. It's not just about money. It's about where her attention and loyalty lie. Look, I want to be clear here. I'm not throwing shade at working women. If you want to work, excel, and climb that corporate ladder, that's awesome. Do you? But know this. This is a situation where you cannot have your cake and eat it too. You can't demand a man to cover 100% while contributing almost nothing.
Me and you together. We start out 50-50. You paying your 50 because you were independent, but I'm a submissive bitch. Right? I'm paying my 50. Right? Now, I come up. You know what I'm saying? I get a new role at KOD. They hire me to be the head manager. Right? So I'm getting money. All right? So I see about a 40% increase in my finances. What incentive do I have to up my percentage from 50-50 to paying 100% of the household bills if I'm with you?
You saying, am I gonna require you to pay 100% now that you make it 40%?
I'm just trying to figure out. No, I'm making more money. We still 50-50. I just hit the bankroll. I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm just saying, what extra am I getting? Anything extra by taking care of your 50?
Absolutely, because we're going to invest in some businesses or properties or something that makes sense where we're going to have a return of investment. So it doesn't matter where the money really come from, whether it come from you or from me, as long as we're putting it together where it makes sense for us to grow the money collectively, then it's a win-win situation.
It's a win-win for who?
For the both of us if we together. So what you saying, we not going to be together, so you just temporarily...
No, we together. No, you still tricky. You talking about the last one. See, I'm already off there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we gone. It's over.
Let me relax.
It's over. Yeah, drink your shit crazy. I'm saying we happily together.
Okay.
We 50-50. What incentive do I have to pay 100% of the bills? What am I getting for that?
What are you getting for that?
Yeah, what am I getting?
The same fucking shit you been getting. What the fuck is gonna change? The fuck?
So
I mean, we gonna always continue to grow, but I'm not gonna be on some, hey, what we gonna do with this extra incentive now that you making more money? What the fuck, you want me to fuck you better? I mean, what you want me to...
Oh, wow.
Are you asking me or are you telling me?
What do you want me to do?
I mean, are you asking me or are you telling me?
I'm asking you. What else would you want me to do?
The question's not to me. The question's for you. What am I getting?
Like I said.
Your ass is getting 50-50.
That's well.
You ask women what they got to give, and they can't even give you a goddamn answer. Now, you want me to come over this motherfucker and pay all your goddamn bills. You and your nappy-headed son. Teach his ass how to goddamn catch. You know his ass ain't caught a pass all fucking season. I'm supposed to be the goddamn man of the house. I'm paying all the bills and I ain't getting shit extra. You mean to tell me you can't bring low home or something in this mother? You mean to tell me you can't cook a little extra in this mother? You mean to tell me, goddamn, you can't rub a nigga feet, do something? Be creative, goddamn it. I'm paying all the bills. So I'm gonna get the same way, the same halfway decent meal, the same halfway decent breakfast, and you think I'm about to pay all the bills? So you're going to be all the way f***ed up over meal because you're going to be paying 50-50 like that? Let's go, Lily. If me and you are together and we are 50-50 and what is my incentive to pay 100% of the bills?
You being happy that you're providing for the woman that you love because you wanted to pay 100%. You could keep the money if you need more incentive.
Yeah, I want to keep the fucking money. If that's all you got to fucking give me, you talking about I'm happy. I'm happy to pay your goddamn bill. I'm happy to lose an extra $2,000 a month. That's all you got to offer me is the fact that, oh, good job. You paid all the, no. Yeah, I want to keep my motherfucking money. You go to work and work overtime and make sure you got your end of the ring. Or it's 30-day goddamn notice at the courthouse like the last bitch. Y'all got to do a little better with this deal.
But wait.
Hey, ain't no deal. Ain't no deal. They want you just to accept it. That's it. See, it's Jedi mind tricks or nothing. You feel me? Let them run game or nothing.
What am I getting to pay all your bills?
Okay, so look at it from the flip side, though.
I'm listening.
What is my incentive if I'm doing everything myself and I'm paying all my bills and I have everything covered and I'm good? What is my incentive to give up my life and submit to you and your plan and have your kids?
50% of your bills are going to be taken care of by me. That's your incentive. So if your rent is $3,000, now it's only $15. If your light bill is $300, now it's only $150. I see about $2,000 worth of incentive right the down.
Exactly.
That discount ain't that big, Nietzsche.
She's saying submit to your plan. If you pick that man and you with that man, that's part of your plan. Newsflash, that's part of your plan as well. He is not a customer. He is not a customer. He is a man that you presumably want to be with.
I mean that discount, 50%.
For my peace of mind, for having to submit to your whole plan for my life, for me saying I submit to your vision for my future, and I'm having your kids and I'm going to ruin my body 50% off my own rent?
That's more than you got.
I'm going to stay in my apartment because it's real nice.
So you mean to tell me, hold on. And this is interesting.
And this is why a lot of women are struggling. It sounds good. It sounds good up until you hit that wall. And now you're looking for damn near anybody to come in and put a percentage on that. But by that time, not too many guys take you too much seriously.
You're saying that you rather go 100% zero, you pay 100% of everything, because you're paying everything by yourself, than to go 50-50 with a man?
If it means that I have to submit to your plan over my life, I have to submit to your wants and needs, I have to cook and clean for you, I have to have your kids and mess up my body and do all this extra stuff.
You're going to cook and clean anyway.
Yes, but why would I do it for you? For extra people?
Because
for babies?
I'm paying half.
Do you know how dirty babies are? I live with one right now and I love my niece, but dirty babies are dirty.
How about
you said how dirty the babies
dirty.
are? What the hell are you talking about
snotty,
right now?
And they poop everywhere. Like... That's a lot.
So you're saying that, because obviously you're not down with the 50-50. Cool. So you want...
I've done it.
No, but listen, you just...
It's not my jam.
Exactly. I got you. So you want 100%, you want 100-0 guy. You want a guy that's going to be...
No, I want 100 because I'm bringing my 100 on 1,000. You feel me?
You just said you didn't want to pay no bills.
No. But what am I offering?
I got you.
I'm going to raise my kids. I'm smart. I'm going to cook. I'm going to clean. I'm going to fuck.
Sounds good though, right? I mean, who's the judge of this? I got to be exceptional to what I do. So how about you? You got to be the exceptional woman. That's all he's saying, right? Because a guy that comes in and does 100-0 is going to be an exceptional guy. So I think a lot of it comes down to the attitude as well with how the women approach this whole conversation, what they think about men. I think a lot of guys realize that, you know what, women that speak this way, you probably don't even like the men that you're with. You probably have a negative disposition towards men in general. And so you wouldn't be a woman that they would really want to do that for, even if they were willing to do that.
I'm going to shut up. I'm going to do the thing.
But you just ain't going to pay shit. I got you. So 100-0 financially, okay?
I didn't say I wasn't going to pay shit
I got
either.
you. But listen, check me out. So you're saying that you want a man to take care of majority of the household expenses.
I want a provider. Because that's what a wife needs.
Cool.
Okay, so I get this question a lot. Should men pay all the bills in a relationship? And what's the typical financial setup? Really, this could vary from household to household. But let's discuss some points. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep pushing the algorithm line and our channel can grow. Now, besides some women trying to shame men into paying all the bills by saying real men pay all the bills, I think men should handle as much as they can, of course. You know what I mean? Because you definitely want to be a provider in a relationship. That's just part of the whole dynamic. Definitely as a couple, you guys should discuss off top what you can expect from each other with bills and all the roles and all that goes into it, so you both can be on the same page. You can build a game plan around what you both are striving to do, whether you plan on having a family or you both career driven. This way there's a purpose tied to your structure and the routine and the prospective lifestyle that y'all want to live. Obviously, how you allocate those resources amongst yourselves as a couple should depend on how much your earnings and savings are, your family structures, support systems, if any. And throughout a long-term relationship, that can fluctuate. So of course, being mindful of that is key. But that being said, for men to just pay all the bills and otherwise blow through their own resources to fund everything, or mostly everything, can be a huge risk. Meanwhile, there's not that much risk for a woman to pitch in and pay a good percentage of her own way, like she would do anyway as a single woman. Like for me, I think it's better for both to pitch in. If you're a man who's wealthy and she's not, then I can totally see where the man will pay all of the majority of the bills, of course, in that situation, because that's only right. But if you make similar amount of money or she makes more, a man shouldn't have to pay all the bills in that situation. Now, what I see many women trying to do is, again, double dip and extract resources from men, even though they are very capable of paying their own way. They want the men to pay all the bills. Meanwhile, where does that money go? Does that help the household? Would she be willing to hold it down temporarily if a man needs to pivot after he lost his job or got sick or fell ill? If she's just blowing money on trips or otherwise blowing her money on BS, then it may not be ideal for some men. Now, many women want to conflate struggle love with having to pay some bills while being in a relationship with a man, and that's just not the case. Women fought hard to be equal and have the ability to work, go to school, get an education, which I applaud, by the way. But what's the point of leading a life with the skills that you gain from that, only to abandon those skills when a man comes along? Then it's the question of, what does a man get for paying all those bills? And let me get this straight. Women desire a monogamous man who will pay all the bills, spoils them, puts them on a pedestal, who's a good leader, who isn't controlling, doesn't use their leverage against them, doesn't require much from them, can handle their attitudes, fix things, and so on, otherwise be a solution. I don't blame them, right? That's one hell of a deal. But it sounds like one person is carrying the weight and taking most of the risk, especially financially. So what does a man get?